Hello, today we're doing a few things to finish up Martha. She's almost done. She basically has everything pretty ready. Only things left now to do is paint this hood. I've already started sanding it, taking out basically all the imperfections I can notice. And look, there's no seat. But the interior looks so good. We got this OEM shift knob, a steering wheel. Obviously, we're missing the seat. The seat is right here, but the thing is, this doesn't have a seat rail. This was basically the only seat rail left, but I didn't want to put it on yet. Because I have this beautiful brown interior. This brown leather interior is so beautiful, and the matching door cards. It's the special edition color, you know? So I really love how this looks, and I have some wheels that go with it. So I really didn't want to take the seat out, but today we got to do it. So sadly, let's start taking out this wonderful seat. So I'm starting with the front bolts. We have a 14mm in both sides, but it's kind of hard to reach. What you can do is make the seat go a little forward and then adjust the seat as far back as you could. Now you have a little more room. So loosen these up. Front bolts are out. Now time to do the same thing with the rear. So move the seat all the way forward. Once you get as forward as you could, get back there and loosen those bolts. Seat's ready to come out. Out. Oh, and don't forget to unplug this. Very easy. But yeah, now the seat's out. You have a hard top. This nose can be a little more difficult. You have to like angle it weird. But here she is. And whenever you do this, please make sure to clean up. Like, look, there's a freaking fork in here. And money. And some random hardware. So, I'm going to clean up a little bit. These are very rusty and ugly looking. Let's clean it up. Guess what? It is possible to put it on without taking off your hardtop. You first have to put, like, the head part. Put it first. And then slowly like, angle it in, basically. You can do it. It's possible. It looks so cool. But you can't see how it says black because this dumb hardtop has tint. Tint does look cool, but I can't see that. Oh well, that looks so cool. Oh look, I painted it black. Now it looks so much cleaner. Now let's put on the hardware. Next is removing the seat rail. So what you got to do is pull the lever, move the rails all the way down. I got one out already, but look. Get this. Alright, so we got the back ones loose. Oh, we got them out. Now we got to do the same thing to the front. So we got to pull the lever, put it all the way back now. Push them back, and now look. The rail's about to fall. I can see it. Oh. I have no clue what this is. It just fell. Okay, now, see that? Now she can come off. We got the other seat. Let's transfer them. I just figured out what that bolt was. It's for like basically the seatbelt piece. So, or the seatbelt bracket. So one bolt there, one bolt there. But don't forget to undo this. Mine's already loose, so I was about to die. If you look, these are mounted. Look how like perfect that is. Now we put the bolts in. Let's do the same thing on this side. So just align it. Bam, bam. Let's tighten them a little bit, like snug, so we're able to adjust the rails down. And yeah, you keep the bolts a little bit loose because look, in case it's a little off, you're able to maneuver it. If you have it too tight, you obviously won't be able to move it. Now it's gonna be done. Okay, let's put her back in the car. I'm gonna do a little bit of magic. So, not nice. Ooh, that looks so good. The interior in this car is so damn nice. My God. I sometimes forget how beautiful this car is. Oh my God. Okay, so that is my custom horn I just made. Click it, you have a horn. Because this one doesn't work because it's a whole nightmare. But wow, this came out so... I'm gonna miss this car. I have all 4 wheels on. It looks icy. Now, only thing left is to paint the hood. Hello, a while later. I forgot to film this. I did some new sway bar end links for the front. I put 2 new ones. I completely forgot to film it, and I feel horrible. If you look at it, it's just like these lollipops, basically. I put a nut and bolt setup on it. It was very tight, but I made it work by putting 1 small bolt and 1 big bolt. Small bolt is at the bottom, and then the big bolt's at the top. They came out fine, and now the car doesn't rub as much, and it handles so much better on corners. I can tell a big difference. So for the rear, since I forgot to film for the front, for the rear, we're gonna get rid of some camber. I have like about maybe 4 or 5 degrees of camber. It's like kind of crazy in real life. That's not good at all for me, because I'm trying to make it into a drift car. And if I'm gonna have inefficient tire wear, how's that gonna be efficient for my wallet? So, I have some nice arms. We're gonna be putting on these bad boys. These are Paco arms. I am very blessed that this came with the Miata I bought, the special edition. The guy gave me a lot of good parts, and this is one of them. They came with bushings. Poly, Power Flex. Before you can put bushings on, it's always good to grease them up. The cap has all the grease, so we're gonna borrow this grease. We'll put a little grease like that. I'm pretty sure that's like enough. Grab our nice Paco control arm. Voila, got 1 in. Now, we do the same thing with all the other ones. And next step is, it comes with this little rod. This rod goes in between the bushings. I'll put a little bit of grease on this rod. Put it on. What you can do is smack it in with a hammer, but I'm gonna try something different. Nope, never mind. So I'm gonna smack it with a hammer first. I'm gonna try to get it in with... Once you get the pin going in, get a C-clamp and basically clamp her on. So it'll make the little beam come in, and the bushing should go inside more too. Holy crap, that'd be scaring the shit out of me.
Spring, dude. Summer's coming.
Yeah.
You know what happens every time when the flowers bloom and the grass starts to grow a lot quicker?
Yeah, that's good. I miss the good old weather. That's tight. Look at the grease sticking out. Now we loosen it. That came out perfect. If you look, it's like pretty flush. That's what you want. Come to the other side. So this beam is stuck. Basically, it came like this. That's fine. I have an idea. Great, all the beams are actually inside already. Awesome. Oh, this one's sticking out the most. Ha! It one came out. Last beam. Remember what I do is, I like to get some grease, put it inside of the hole. A little more grease. Put it inside this hole. Here's my little trick. Put it down like this. A little hammer. If you have a mallet, that's better, but I'm just using a hammer. Just tap her in. Get it in just enough where you can basically fit your C-clamp. I don't think this is enough. I'm gonna hit her a little more. I like doing this because it really gets the bushing in and the rod perfectly in there. That doesn't go in more.
Okay, I stopped recording. Oh shit,
Alright, so one side is done. Now we do the same thing to the other side. So this one will be done. The control arms have the new poly bushings, and they've been greased up, and they have the rod. Something I just noticed, if you buy these Power Flex bushings, they come with grease. This is sick. So, jack it up, take off the wheel. We gotta get the upper control arm out. So all it is this big bolt with a nut, and then there's 2 in the back, and they're size 14. So let's knock them all loose. This guy was freaking stuck, but 1 bolt out so far. That bolt is loose. Now the last, I saved the easiest for last because why not? This side was very easy because you can shove a wrench, or yeah, a socket, ratchet, and look, you can get to that bolt easily. This one's the hardest, but I got it loose already. Now I'm just gonna knock this out. I don't know how, but this thing was freaking tight, but we beat it. Cool. Once all the bolts are out, it should pry out. Mine's not coming out, so get a pry bar or something and make it come off. Start prying from the ends, and eventually it'll come off just like so. This control arm is fine, but I need to delete all that camber. Sweet, we're done. It just took a little pain. Now we're just gonna align them. I'll basically match this control arm with that one, and then do your alignment. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna align them and extend it a good amount to get rid of most of the camber. Well, I adjusted the crap out of these arms. Now it's time to put the lock ring on, tighten it up. And when you put these bolts back in, you should try to put some anti-seize on it. I'm using the copper, but you can use aluminum or whatever. Put anti-seize so it doesn't get stuck. So let's put it all back together. After a big battle, I got it in. I'm pretty sure they caused an accident because the rails, see those beams where the control arm mounts to? Well, they were bent pretty close together, and I really had to pry these out. So these were like impossible to put in. So I had to hammer it on with my 3-pound little hammer. And I bent the rails a little more. First I bent the rails more so it can fit, and I still barely worked. Then I had to hammer the control arm in, and I just barely got it. It's finally done, it's coming together, but it was a nightmare. There you go. I extended that rear control arm a bunch, and it somehow still has a little bit of camber. I'm surprised. It's not as bad as it used to be, and I took off the spacer because I really thought like it was really close to hitting, but I guess I was wrong. I have to have a bunch of room. Not bad. Time to do the other side. So I've been doing this one for a while, and here's the trick I've learned. So I have a little jack, so a jack holding that, and a wheel for a jack stand. And this is basically my press. I have a little jack, lifting up that little pry bar. The pry bar goes up, and it lifts the control arm, and that's what helps me get a center. And if it's off by a little bit, I grab my long pry bar, wedge it on the control arm, I smack it until it's even. I already got that side on. They're very difficult to get in, so that's what I've been doing. And then if you got to push it more back, another trick is put the control arm bolt on and just smack it and push it in. That's another trick. Yeah, to make it work. It's not bad, but it's some work. I'm almost done. If you look, it looks like it's about to hit. That's why I took off the spacers. But once you lower it, oh wait, I forgot to put the blocks of wood, but lower that Miata. Nice.
Nice.
Now get that jack out of here. I got rid of some camber. Used to have a lot. So not bad. Couple days later, control arms are good. I adjusted them so much that now I have positive camber. You can't really tell this angle, but I literally added positive camber, which is pretty cool. I gotta adjust it now again. But hey, they came out cool. Nice setup. I think I'm gonna end the video here. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Press that like and subscribe. You're awesome.